What is going on, everybody? It's Semi-Original Guy, aka Mr. Cannon from Fast Host by Web, bringing you another community battle matchup. It has been a little while, folks, but we're back doing community battles. Today, it was sent in by one of these two players. We have Luna Maladine, a returning player on the channel, and Huffy, brand new player. We are going to be playing on the map Crossfire Ring of Forest. This is a classic Fog of War match. As you can see, big old circle, big old forest, big old drama happening on this map, folks. Big old drama. Multiple avenues of attack. Mostly everything is going to be focused on the center. Lots and lots of trickery can happen on this map, though. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the COs here. We have Luna Maladine playing as Sasha. As we know, Sasha's day-to-day ability will give her plus 100 funds per city owned, which can be very, very good, very, very effective, very, very money. Make it rain, folks. Make it rain. That's what it's all about. Our normal co-power will actually take away the power bar of the opponent, depending on how many funds you have. So that can be very, very effective in nullifying your opponent's super or normal co-powers. And her super co-power, I believe, is called something, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? You just get money for battle damage. That's all it is. You don't really use that power, though, so nobody really cares about it. Now, the other player, Von Bolt, we featured Von Bolt on the channel many times. Day-to-day abilities, plus 100 to attack and defense. Ex Machina superpower will do a area effect missile, stunning, and doing 3 damage to everything it hits. Now, it will attack the most accumulated area of wealth on the map, I believe. Alright, so we have the player set. We have Black Hole versus whatever this country is. Actually, I can't remember. Amber Blaze, everybody. Alright, I guess we will keep that. That's not really too bad. Now, we can just go ahead and get into this and see what happens. There's a lot of really cool stuff that can happen on this map, folks. But the number one thing we always do is we always start out with our standard infantry builds. Gotta get those infantry on the field, folks. Gotta get them. It's like super important. Just never forget about your infantry. Never open up mech. Never open up recon. Just get the infantry out on the field. Now, if somebody can prove me wrong and open up mech and still win, salute to you, buddy. Salute to you. But we don't really have very much going on right now. I mean, this map is very interesting because we have access to a black boat right away. We do have the landers on the HQs for the extra defense to sort of negate any potential Sammy HQ early caps. You know, you don't want that to happen at all. That's not very nice, not very good. Now, this is a 2 comm tower map also, so there is 2 avenues that you can do to actually get those comm towers. One, you can actually just send an infantry on foot over the mountains. That will take several days. It'll probably take about 7, 8 game days to actually get through there, because you would have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, a little bit risky, but, you know, you don't really necessarily need the comm tower right away, but it is nice to have. I've seen a lot of people use the transport copter method, where you transport a copter there really quickly and cap it. Then you get your infantry back that much sooner, so you know it's very valuable. But as we can see, it's mostly just the infantry show right now, folks. The infantry are moving up. We do have a recon over here from Huffy. We got an artillery from Huffy. The recon is moving in, getting lots and lots of vision down there south. Now, Luna Maladine has chosen to go a little bit of a different route. We do have a tank coming from her. And, you know, it's looking good. Tank's in a good position, hidden in the forest. Nothing wrong there. Got a second tank coming. And the infantry are moving out. We got a lot of buildings captured so far. We're starting to capture one of the comm towers, one of the buildings. And this black boat is actually doing some work. You know, we found a couple of infantry there. We're doing okay with it. Now, the black boat usage is actually kind of tricky on this map, because occasionally, if you're not paying attention, your black boat can actually lose all of its fuel, and then it'll just blow up and disappear, and then you'll be black boatless, and then you'll be very sad, because you'll be like, wow, it would have been pretty cool if I had a black boat to just kind of sit in this corner here and, you know, give me the heals, but yeah, no, now it's gone, and you're sad, and nobody wins in that situation, except for your opponent, probably, because he'll have a black boat and you won't. But, you know, black boats aren't necessarily make or break it on this map. You know, it's kind of nice to have. You know, it's kind of nice to have. Now, Huffy definitely going the indirect route. We have 2 artillery on the field so far. We got a tank coming in. It looks like we are going to be going and manually running the infantry down here. And it looks like Luna is actually going to be doing the same. So nobody's going the early transport copter route. It makes me very sad because I do enjoy a nice early transport copter. We got nice vision over here on the recon. That is very, very dangerous. I believe that we are going to be seeing a tank hit. Yep, beautiful tank hit. That's taken down to 5. Now, fortunately for Huffy, he does have that extra defense at the moment, so we didn't take any additional damage there. We're actually sitting at 140% defense from that. So we did manage to only take it down to 5 from Luna, so that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. And okay, so we are going to retreat that. Losing the vision, unfortunately, so we're not going to be knowing what's going to be coming up there pretty soon. Now, putting your recon on a city, it seems good in theory. But what I found is every single time when I expose my recon, even if I think it's a good play, it's usually not a good play. Usually that recon gets shot by something, and then you see little Semi being a little sad over in the corner with his 1 recon death and no kills. That's usually what happens. But that's aside from the point. So it looks like Luna Malady now using some air units up in here. We have a battlecopter going, lots of infantry just spreading out. It looks like we might be able to potentially get one of these properties up here. However, Huffy is coming in with the indirects. You know, this indirect right here is going to be moving up pretty soon. He could move down here, get coverage on this city. Can we move in here? Could move in the forest, get coverage on this city as well. So debatable to which one is actually more effective. Moving it down here would allow it to cover this city as well, although it would be exposed, but moving it right here would mean it would be covered. But it can only cover one thing. So, choices. These are the many, many choices that keep Advanced Wars players up at night. You take your turn in the Global League, you're sitting there in your bed, you're looking at your phone, waiting for your opponent to take their turn, and you keep looking at the map, and you're just wondering to yourself, you're like, why did I move that artillery right there? Why would I do that? I don't know. Am I gonna get punished for it? I don't know. You gotta wait until tomorrow or possibly next week to find out the answer to that question. And in the meantime, you're just losing sleep, folks. You're just losing sleep. Now, we actually don't do either of the ideas that I was suggesting. We actually put it right here, which is... It's not too bad, you know, we still get the coverage. We're blocked by the mountains, but I still think it would be more effective being over here or down here. Just because we cover more ground, and it's a little bit more effective getting it to the center, possibly. Here, it's a little bit hard to reinforce, right? But who knows? Who knows, you know? Because you just never know. Never know what your opponent's going to do. But I wouldn't, you know, count out Luna Malady, and that's she's a clever girl, you know. I've seen some of her matches, and you know, she's got some skills, so you know, she might be able to find out a way to unlodge that guy. Maybe not, who knows? I mean, it is Von Bolt, which is probably the best choice to pick to go up against, you know, that Sasha. That's the one. Yeah, definitely the best choice, because the constant day-to-day ability is very, very effective. Plus the use of 2 comm towers, that's going to be 130 over 100. Right? 130 attack, 100 defense. Very, very, very effective stuff right there. You're basically a Kanbai with less defense at that point. Or a Grim with more defense. Both terrifying things to think about. Ooh, when we spot the tank, oh, this is like... That's a risky play. Okay, so we finally got some combat going here, folks. Day 10. Day 10 combat. You know what's happening. We're sitting at 30 to 26. Luna's got a little bit more funds. Now, mostly, that means that she has 17 buildings right now. Because that's 17 plus 1,700 makes 18,700. Wow. Crazy stuff, right? But that's the deal right now. That's what's going on. So Huffy's actually not really that far behind in the grand scheme of things. I believe we're going to cap this, so that'll make it even for properties. Not even for funds, but this is that's a risky move. That is a risky move. That is just sending a tank into the belly of the beast right there. Belly of the beast. We only do 6 damage to a tank. Countered by 1. 2 tanks there. We have no idea what is coming in the darkness right now. But the fact that we see 3 tanks, that's a risky play. Okay, so what we do is we actually bring up an artillery. Okay. Hidden in the forest. Very good. We're actually going to be keeping this tank out of sight. So that's not bad. I think this is a little bit risky, though, because potentially if this guy decides to loop around, not saying it will, but if it does, the tank is going to get spotted. That's not going to be a very good thing. Because then these tanks might be able to move up and do something about it. But at the same time, you still got the artillery in the forest. So, you know, bait is bait, and bait does work sometimes. Alright, I really hope that we move this artillery to actually cover this guy, because that would be fantastic. Even if we just move it up here, that would be very, very good. I really hope that we do that. Okay, perfect. Alright, we got the coverage. That is nice. Beautiful move. Beautiful coverage. This is the kind of coverage that you like to see, folks. And it does look like Huffy is about to get that second comm tower by the next turn, so that is going to be some extra firepower, but Luna not letting anything hold her down. She's moving in with the units, moving in with the tanks, and managed to take out one of the tanks that went up to attack, so that's very good. We only got counter damaged by 20%, so that's not too bad considering Von Bolt's day-to-day abilities. Very good. Moving the battlecopters up, shimmying a lot of units, definitely making this our strong front down here. We got a ton of units down here. Now, the only difference here, so it looks like Huffy is going a little bit of a different route. Kind of has his units split a little bit. Now, we have sort of a half here and a half here, which can be very dangerous in Fog of War. Now, one of the things that I find when I lose in Fog of War, which happens a lot, let me tell you, happens a lot. I win a lot of games, but I lose a lot of games as well, as you all know. Anybody that's beaten me can attest to the fact that, yes, Semi has lost games in the past, and they were terrible. But anytime I ever lost a game, I'll tell you one thing. The one theme is splitting your forces. That's what it is. You know, you split your forces. You don't manage to have enough force to take out one side, and you don't have enough force to repel the giant wave of units coming at you on your enemy's strong front. And that's what happens. That's what happens. So my advice, from a guy that has seen a lot of games, playing Fog of War, I would say, keep a lot of your units together. Choose one front to be your strong front. Just send it. Send everything over there, man. Just do it. You just send everything there, and then when your opponent sees that or tries to go and attack that, they're just gonna get wiped out. Everything they send is gonna get wiped out. Now, this is actually a really good counter attack here. Now, so what I was saying before with that tank, maybe that was part of the plan. Maybe that was part of the bait, folks. Maybe. So, very nice. We actually did manage to get a lot of damage here. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to destroy very much. We did lots of damage. Artillery in a very good position here. Now, we do still have a battlecopter. So let's see what Luna decides to do. So we cap, and we start retreating. We move up with the battlecopter. Ooh, that is a nice hit. Regrettably, this anti-air, though. Ooh. Risky spot. Nice move with the landers. So Luna is actually taking advantage of a very unknown glitch, I would say, in Advanced Wars Bioweb. Now, you all saw that 1 HP tank go into this lander, right? Wait till you see what comes out of the lander. 'Cause let me tell you, ain't gonna be a 1 HP tank. And when it Comes out, I'll explain the glitch to you. Not even really a glitch. It's just it's an advanced words by web thing. It's the exact same as when you load up a transport copter and you can unload it the same day. It's just an advanced words by web thing. Now, we do got a nice shot there. Unfortunately, that tank was taken out. And unfortunately, also, lost the battlecopter. So the battlecopter was able to go up, do like one small day of damage, and that's about it. Nice little boost with the lander right there. Very, very nice. Very good counter. Not too bad at all. Now, Luna getting really, really dangerously close to a super co-power at this moment too. So this is one thing that is really, really nice about Sasha, because the fact that her normal co-power does not really take too much to charge. Sometimes loading up an entire super co-power before you've even popped the co-power can be very good, because then what you're able to do at that point, you're able to use your co-power once, get the defense bonus, you know, whatever, that's fantastic, but you cut your opponent's bar down a lot. And then the next turn, you have another co-power. So that keeps you in a constant state of always having a co-power. You'll be able to use 4, 5, potentially even 6 co-powers before your opponent is actually able to use their super co-power. Especially if you're Von Bolt, folks. Especially if you're Von Bolt. You're just not getting that. Alright, so there we go. We got the market crash all the way back down to 0. Very, very nice. So you'll see what I mean. So Luna Maladine here, they're going to be starting next turn with some charge. And the infantry in the north are actually going in, doing some damage here too. Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. Currently the properties are 19 to 18 also. Now Huffy is going to be able to counter that. And there it is, folks. There is the 3 HP tank. Now what happens is, when the lander or a black boat is actually on an HQ or on a city or whatever it happens to be on, if that would normally heal a land unit, so let's say an HQ, then anything inside of that boat, that lander, is going to heal those units. So if you put 2 tanks that are both injured, let's say 5 HP each, on that, they're both going to come out as 7 HP tanks next turn when you drop them. Wow, I know. It can be a nifty little thing. Very, very effective sometimes. So if you ever find yourself in a pickle, it can be a little trick that could save your behind. The other thing that can save your behind is a classy medium tank down south, black hole owned. Beautiful stuff, folks. Beautiful stuff. All right. So it does look like Luna is a little bit ahead in the units at the moment. We're sitting at 35, although I believe they were the first player. They're the first player. So let's see what happens here. We'll see if we manage to pop some damage. Boom. Took out an infantry, took out 2 infantry, took out 3 infantry, took out 4 infantry, and we are moving in. Risky play, though. Risky play moving in this far. Now, I think probably just taking out the infantry at that point, that probably could have been good enough. Might have just stayed back at that point. But it looks like we're moving in, and this is what I'm talking about, folks, with the black boat. Unfortunately, it does look like Huffy was getting a little bit too carried away with his black boat movement, and we're not going to be able to make it back to that port, which is very sad, because having the black boat here is actually very, very good, because you can get some immediate frontline heals, get that 1 HP frontline heal very, very quickly. Very, very good stuff. Unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing that anymore. Haven't actually seen Luna take advantage of that either. However, like I said, it's not necessary. It's just something to think about when you're staying up late at night, wondering if you should have moved that artillery there or not. Or if you're wondering whether or not you should have just built a medium tank and just freaking sent it. Should have. The answer is always yes. Excuse me. Alright, so sitting at day 13, we had a lot of combat going on here. We actually don't have vision on this little death ball right here. But also, Huffy doesn't have vision on anything that's going on here either. And we have a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff. Now, it looks like it's probably going to be impossible to actually get vision on the battlecopter. So this battlecopter is going to be making its best choice based on the situation at hand. And right there, as you can see, Luna Malady has another normal co-power ready to go. Going to be able to perform that battle damage this turn and actually gain a little bit more. Alright, maybe that was actually just a test to see if it actually worked or not. So, very, very nice. Very, very good. Alright, infantry doing a little bit of damage here. Moving up, taking a shot with a tank. Noticing that there's another tank right here. Although Luna Malady probably should know at this point that there's potentially indirect units somewhere. Nice hit on the anti-air. Wow, that's what you like to see, folks. Sometimes you got to take a bold move like that in order to gain the advantage, because that is a huge hit. That actually makes it so the battlecopter will be able to continue fighting in the front line. Risky play. Risking it for the biscuit, as they say. Just moving right into the forest, not even knowing if there was anything in there. But going up and taking the shot. And you know why? Because sometimes you have to. Sometimes you just have to try. Tanks moving in, artillery moving into position. Got a nice little wall going. Very, very good. Very, very good stuff. Now, this is actually a really interesting thing, too. So, leaving the forest open like this is actually going to make it so your opponent has to make a choice, too. They can either risk moving a unit into that forest to try to attack the artillery, or they have to waste a unit's movement, put it in front of the forest to check and see if there's something in there. But regardless of the fact, I don't think there's anything that can even really move in there, because this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'd be able to move right beside, but we wouldn't be able to move inside the forest. So the artillery is safe. Ooh. Yeah, you know what I was saying about that that battlecopter being safe and able to continue combat? Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. But the nice thing is, you know, we got the second battlecopter ready, so that's perfectly fine. Losing one battlecopter is not too bad, and actually a 3 HP battlecopter isn't really too bad. That battlecopter is going to be able to harass a lot of infantry, maybe even get some follow-up hits in the time being, you know. Ooh, nice little shot on the mech too, so that's a little bit of damage. Unfortunately, I think that's a little bit overextending at the moment. Now, I do understand why we did that, because we definitely needed to hit it so that it doesn't first strike our tank. You don't want mech to tank first strikes. That's something you don't really want. We get a market crash. Very interesting indeed. Probably would have waited until the end of the turn though, but maybe the thought is, maybe defense. Could have been the defense. Ooh, nice. Nice little shot on the tank there too. We did get the double hit going, so that's very nice. Lots and lots of damage going. Getting the heals, sending units back to repairs, using the injured battlecopter as a scout. Taking a look-see what's going on here. Scouting the forest, found the artillery, took it out. Very nice. Well, not take it out, but do enough damage, you know? Ooh, this guy's going to be safe too. Not safe from the second one, but safe from the first one. Unless we actually use this infantry to take this guy out, which would probably be a good idea, because this guy has massive vision right now, as you can see. We can see 5 squares because we're sitting on a mountain. Infantry on the mountain, 5 vision, folks. Same as the recon, so you got to watch out for that stuff. Ooh, going over and getting more repairs right here. Very nice. No, we got it. No. Why did we do that? We should have moved it right there. Nah, that's too bad. Definitely squash the vision if you can, folks. Definitely squash the vision. Yeah. That's just too much vision. See, the thing is, okay. So, I mean, Luna is a great player. I'm not saying she's not. I've seen some of her games, you know. She's crafty. She's probably better than I am. I'm gonna probably say that with very, very much guarantee in my tone of voice. Yes, probably. But I think that definitely would have probably killed that guy. A very minor thing, you know. It's allowing vision. That's the only problem, and that's the reason right there is because the battlecopter can come in and first strike it. Obviously, she doesn't know the battlecopter is there. Not saying she did, not saying she didn't, but not allowing that scenario to even occur in the first place. That's what I'm saying. All right. So, that is probably going to finish off those guys. Yeah, okay. So sitting at 1 HP, taking out the infantry. Yeah, that's a pretty savage hit. I'm not gonna lie. That's a decent hit right there. But as you can see, we got the classy boy coming up. But the problem is we don't have any counters to the air units because we haven't been building any air units. We haven't been building any anti-air at all. So we're gonna have to do something about that. We're gonna have to like either tactically retreat and come back with some counters to air units, or we're gonna have to figure out something. So we do build the anti-air. It's very good. All right, getting the repairs going. So that's nice. Like really utilizing that that technique there, folks. So like I said, you gotta use that technique. Okay, I'm telling you, gotta use it. It's invaluable. 1, it keeps your unit safe. 2, it gets healed. Now, the only drawback is you can't attack with it the next turn because you have to drop it off, but still effective, folks. Still effective. You gotta do it. I'm telling you. I really think we should probably bring this up here. I don't know. I haven't been really looking if this guy's been transferring units or not. So I'll check that next turn, see if we actually are doing that. So being a little bit brave at the moment, bringing these guys in. I did lie. We actually did have an anti-air right here that was hidden getting repairs. So whoopsie. But yeah, even a 4 HP one, you know, that's okay. It's not really a great counter at the moment. We definitely need more counters, more anti-air. So hopefully we get those up there pretty soon, because Huffy is actually starting to look very strong at the moment, actually moving in with a lot of units, interrupting a lot of caps. But yeah, that's some spooky looking stuff here. Now Luna, it's got the medium tank. Got the medium tank coming. So we'll see what happens with this. Ooh. So double sack. Market crash. Double sack, market crash, take it down to 2. Oh, that sounds like that could be like a playground song. Double sack, market crash, take it down to 2. Beautiful. I've been working with kids too much, folks. Working in schools, man, it gets you after a while. All right, so let's carry on. Medium tank in position. Now it looks like we're relatively safe. We're in a forest, so that's relatively safe, I would say. Oh, that medium tank is just ripe and ready. It's ready. It's gonna get in there, man. Can't wait. Can't wait. Huff, you gotta build a medium tank, man. You gotta get it. Alright, so it looks like the Black Bolt has actually been funneling units. So, alright, cool. Good. Good stuff. Now, it gets infantry up there like a day quicker, right? So, it's very effective. You gotta do it. At least once in a while, your infantry can get up there a little bit faster. Now, 32 to 30 units. Very equal in unit... Ooh, excuse me. Very equal in unit value. So... yeah, this is looking pretty even still. I can't say that it would go one way or the other. Ooh, whoops daisy. I think the biggest issue here between the fronts is that Huffy is really not taking advantage of the healing that you can get from the lander, while Luna is. Luna's been able to keep a lot of those units alive just a little bit longer. Ooh, rough stuff for Luna. We have broken through the line a little bit here and actually did Got a couple really big hits. Blocked off the artillery. This is a strong position right here. Now, you're forcing your opponent to have to attack from roads, which is not a very ideal place to be attacking a Von Bolt, for one. So very nice positioning. Very good. I like it. It's not too bad. Alright, got another market crash. Like, what number of market crash is that? Is that like market crash number 4? Might be market crash number 4, folks. Maybe 4, maybe 3. But we got a lot of market crashes. Still preventing the Von Bolt superpower from occurring. And it is looking okay. Now, Luna is... I think we did have vision on the artillery, so we're keeping out of artillery range. Taking out that guy, not too bad. Taking out a few more infantry, using the infantry as blockers, very good. And just sort of refortifying the line here. Actually built a transport copter finally, got some infantry moving with that one. I wonder why we're not moving. Oh, you know what? Actually, I know exactly why. Alright, so this is the thing that happens sometimes on this map if people decide to use the transport copter route. So they'll use a transport copter, capture this one, and then they'll actually send the transport copter on this wild goose chase and try to cap the second comm tower. I'm guilty of it, folks. I'm guilty of it. Now, sometimes it doesn't work, and then other times it also doesn't work, and then every once in a while it works, and you feel very good about yourself. You feel very good about yourself when it happens. But, you know, it doesn't, most of the time it doesn't work. Most of the time somebody will actually just leave their infantry there, and it'll just prevent you from doing anything, and then you'll be sad, and that's about it. That's all there is to it. Alright, so we pulled back, losing a little bit of ground here, but probably a smart move. You don't really want to overextend into this area because this base is a 2-day reinforcement, whereas your reinforcements are very, very far behind. So now, personally, I think that this map is all about center control, because once you actually sort of win one of the sides, your units kind of tend to form in the center. Once they form in the center, it's kind of just a point of trying to beat the opponent back in the center, and then it's like an HQ rush, right? Because at that point, you know, if you manage to fight your opponent back, you manage to destroy the lander, then it's only a short period of time before you can actually cap the HQ. But you also don't want to overextend, you know, you want to be careful. Because this map is very punishing to overextend. Now, we can see here, Luna's actually decided to move back with a lot of their units as well. Alright, so we're sitting at day 19 and we're still going. Alright, taking a shot. Not bad, not bad. Alright, not bad at all. Now, the problem. We just spotted an artillery, so that's an issue. So let's see what we do here. I don't think that's very... I don't know about that one. Okay, so we're going to do a front switch by the looks of it. We sent a few units up to be scouts, and then we front switch. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Sending a few units up to scout basically mean that those units are going to probably get taken out. And it's a risky play. I don't know, man. I don't know. Medium tank to recon would probably be a good shot. Definitely one-shot that vision. Definitely essential. Even better shot. Even better shot. We managed to scout it out. Now, I definitely, I wish, I wish we could have just taken out the vision. That would have been solid. If we had taken out the vision right there, that would have been huge. Do get another market crash, though. Okay, so that's like market crash number infinity. Huffy has not even come close to getting his super co-power, unfortunately. But there's only so many times that you can market crash, you know? Eventually, you're going to be able to get a super. It's going to take some time. You can get a super. But you should probably play like you're just not going to get a super. That's probably the best choice. Okay, so like, all right, so pull back. Classy medium tanks coming, folks. Classy medium tanks. So, all right, so we pull back. Yeah, smart move. I mean, we just lost everything that we sent up there. That was not very great. Not very great. I wouldn't consider that very good. But we did front switch, right? So now the interesting thing is we have way more units up north that Luna is not really expecting. But they are also sort of compiling all their units together too, right? So that's what I was saying, that it kind of becomes like a center push, right? Because fighting on the sides, you know, it's only good for a little while, you know? Eventually you get bored of it. And like all your units just kind of get in the center. Like once you find out like you can't win a fight, then you have to change up your tactics, right? You got to change locations. You can't just be sending your units up willy-nilly to their doom. So you got to switch it up every once in a while, folks. 2 death balls right here. 4 death balls right here. Lots and lots of death balls. Lots and lots of medium tanks coming up. Double shots on infantry that are attempting to cap. That is huge, actually. That's like, wow. That's 130% firepower. 130% firepower. That's grim with defense right there, folks. That is dangerous stuff. Dangerous stuff. No, we bring ourselves up a little bit close. Kind of exposed, though. I don't actually see this going very good. I mean, we have a lot of injured units. And we just put them all sort of in the front. And like we know that Luna has been using that as her strong front. So moving all of our injured units up there pretty close, I can see that being really bad. The other thing that's really bad is Huffy is actually going in on the top front here. Bad for Luna, great for Huffy. Huffy just like came in there, saw an opening, and just went for it. Look at that carnage that just occurred there. Wow, that's some powerful stuff. All right, looking solid right there, folks. Looking solid. All right, what else do we got? So day 22. Oh, unfortunately, losing 2 battlecopters, an infantry, and quite a few other units, actually, to the unfortunate line that we had there. That's what I was saying, folks. We probably should have kept it back. Ooh, actually spots the medium tank, too, so that is pretty spicy. Are we gonna see some medium tank on medium tank violence coming up here pretty soon? I certainly hope so, because that is the best kind of violence. That is the best kind of violence indeed. Nice actual move with the transport copter, getting additional vision over here. So we have a pretty good idea of what's been going on over there, folks. So nothing out of the ordinary. Market crash at the end of the turn before we spend our funds. Very good. 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we might be able to actually. Oh, excuse me. Might be able to get the refuel actually. Now we definitely, yeah. So we definitely need to pull back there. Very good. Sort of refortifying, getting more reinforcements. Very nice. Ooh, medium tanks going in, double attack, taking out a tank, getting lots of damage here with another tank. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Now backing it up with another medium tank. That's what you like to see, folks. That's what you like to see indeed. Now, alright, so we're pulling back again. So we're kind of just like going in, doing little hits, and then pulling out. Basically, that's what we've been doing most of the game. Nobody is really like committed to a full-on attack yet. Kind of makes me sad. But you know, both players have been really thinking out their moves, right? Really been thinking out those attacks. Don't really want to overextend too much. Also, this is about a mid to high 1100s game. also. So these players, you know, they're not at the bottom tier or anything. You know, they're in like high mid tier, maybe mid tier. I'd say probably mid tier, right? I'd say like high mid tier is probably 1200, and then like 1250, 1300 is when you start getting into high tier, right? Actually, let's just say 1300 is the high tier. Anything above 1300 is really good, you know? It's when you start having an idea of what it is you're actually doing. Pulling the medium tank back because we actually have vision on those artillery too. So that's very nice. Now Luna's got a lot a lot of artillery, you know. It's looking pretty spooky. We're gonna have to figure out something to do about that. It looks like Luna is actually moving in with a lot of their units too. Medium tank actually about to lose their fuel. Ooh. Now, we have accumulated the Death Ball in the south, so that is the majority of Luna's forces now. We can actually see a little bomber popping up here too. Now, if we don't actually get another market crash here pretty soon, then we might actually see a Von Bolt superpower pop up here. Still very unlikely considering that we have a lot of heavy units coming up here. But as we can see, like our market crash is going to be costing over 40,000 next turn. Well, once we pop it, then it'll start costing more than 40,000. But for now, it's like almost 40,000. So yeah, lots of shimmying coming here from Huffy. Lots of refortifying the lines, pulling back, sort of fixing up the situation. Got lots and lots of anti-air on the field. You know, we're not going to be seeing any battlecopter assaults. But we do have got some stuff going here, you know, we got some stuff. I wouldn't count Huffy out just yet. I mean, the unit value is still very, very even. Technically, Huffy is actually ahead by one whole property. But because of Sasha's day-to-day, you know, she's got more funds. Alright, we need to see the market crash in this turn. Yep, had to happen, folks, had to happen. And it's basically a desperation market crash at this moment because Huffy is now going to be getting that Ex Machina very, very, very soon. Now, if we do get that Ex Machina, with the amount of units that are on the field right now, that Ex Machina can be game-breaking. Now, losing an entire turn to stun, ooh, that can be bad. That can be very, very bad for our friend Luna Maladine. So we'll see. We'll see if Huffy can pull it out or not. Big old death ball here now. That is a huge amount of units here. We are situated right by the HQ. Very good. It looks like Luna is going to be not pushing in. Not pushing in. Refortifying. Setting up more. Now, this is something that I've seen a lot from Luna. You know, she goes for the setups, but it looks like Huffy is also going for a lot of the setups here. And Black Bolt trying to sneak up over here, possibly going for the port. Now, I have seen players actually cap the opponent's port as well, build a battleship out of there, and actually lock the base. So that's another thing you have to watch out for, folks. Now, it looks like Huffy's moving in a little bit. Moving in. Luna's got a Neo tank on the field now. Alright, Luna coming in with the counter, doing lots of damage to the ones that just sort of poked in there, poked their head through the hole, and got their head chopped off, unfortunately. Unfortunately for Huffy, that is the truth behind that statement. Neo tanks are moving up. Oh boy, we are going to be seeing a clash of the Titans here pretty soon, folks. It is going to be happening. Now, are we moving in this turn? No, we are just sitting back. Fortifying the line, folks. Fortifying the line. Now, the problem here is Huffy. Ooh, if Huffy decides to go in for the attack right now, it can be devastating for him. Devastating. We definitely need to sort of do a lot of chip damage. We need to push in with the Ex Machina. So if we got the Ex Machina right now, oh my god, this is such a juicy Ex Machina target. I cannot even believe it. Ooh. Alright, what are we gonna do, Luna? What are we gonna do? Alright, looks like we're getting vision, and we see the death ball. Like, the death ball has been spotted. So, okay, looks like we're going to play it cool. We're not going to go in just yet, you know? We're going to just shimmy a lot of units around. Lots and lots of indirect support right here, too. That is beautiful indirect support. We basically have this entire area locked down. Nothing is going to be coming in there. Battlecopter builds, tanks, infantries, you know, standard builds for sure, but definitely good builds. You got to get them out, folks. All right, so we're sitting at day 28, so I'm pretty sure something is going to happen here pretty soon. Something's got to happen. All right, so we're 45,000 away from an Ex Machina. I don't see 45,000 worth of battle damage here yet. Maybe if we... Oh, no. Why did we build a rocket? Oh, no. Don't we know that rockets get bullied on this channel? Yeah, he didn't get the memo. Actually, a rocket is not too bad built in this position, considering the amount of roads. You have to contend with one forest, which is kind of unfortunate, but rockets can get a lot of mobility, right? Lots of mobility. All right, so don't even move this. All right, so that's little kind of risky, kind of not. I don't know. No, I don't know. At this point, like, I'm just waiting for, like, the chaos to start here. We're getting cheeky over here. We're getting a little stealthy. Got James Bond up there. James Bond is capturing the port at the moment. It's not pushing in. Oh my god, that's like so many units. So many units. Oh, okay. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. What's going on here? Alright, it looks like we are going in for the attack, folks. It looks like Huffy has had enough of this waiting game and is moving into attack. Now, are we going to be able to do enough damage, though? That's the question. Oh, no. Okay, no. I mean, if we're going into attack, then we gotta go into attack, right? I mean, using this guy right here, no. I don't know about that. Maybe this is just to flip a city, but, like, I don't know. I would just go in. Like, if you're gonna attack, then you gotta just attack. I mean, not necessarily, right? But, you know, get up there and attack. Alright, but Huffy has made it known that he is sick and tired of this waiting game, so he's moved into attack. Unfortunately, we got a market crash. So, market crash is going to be happening this turn because we have a lot of medium tank on medium tank violence, neo tank on anti-air violence, tanks on tank violence, tank on recon violence, infantry on recon violence, folks. There's just violence everywhere. Like, honestly, it's insane. It's like the actual Black Hole Army. It's crazy. Just going in. And there's the market crash. Now, how much are we going to lose? Oh, that is devastating. Devastating. And the problem, too, is we just lost a whole bunch of medium tanks. So there goes, like, the vast majority of, of our income that was going to be used to sort of, like, you know, get that battle damage going. Yeah, you know what? I don't think there's any coming back from that. That was a brutal counter, unfortunately. So let's see what Huffy decides to do here. But we have enough units right now that the HQ is going to be very, very possibly just going to be capped. Now, yeah, we can pull back. But is it going to be enough? Ah, we've been spotted. Building a black boat out of there is like classic. Now, black boats are battleships. That's pretty much all you ever see out of there. Sometimes you go sub because you can dive the sub and actually get vision over here on this guy. But very, very uncommon, you know? And it's kind of uncommon that people would even go for that in the first place, but it's not a bad move, you know? All right, so we're about 100k ahead in value right now. So that's a little bit unfortunate. But you know, it's not the worst thing. Like if we actually manage to get a superpower, if we get one of those superpowers, like we could still turn it around because we could do a lot of damage with the superpower. Luna's coming in though. It looks like we are pushing in. We are going to be taking a couple units. We're going to be shifting around. It looks like we are going to divide their forces too, while keeping a lot of our heavy units safe. The medium tank show. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what Huffy does. All right, so we're gonna move. It's just no. It's so bad. I mean, it's not terrible, right? It's just unfortunate. Oh no, we didn't get the Ex Machina. After all that damage, we didn't get the Ex Machina. We're just gonna get market crashed again. You could tell that move was desperate, or definitely out of desperation to get the Ex Machina. Unfortunately, we're unable to get it, and yeah, I think that is just about it. Well, it's not actually the end, but I think that's the end. Because at the moment, yeah, it's like lots and lots of stuff is going on. Like that, yeah. See, there's the rocket getting bullied right there. Classic semi-original guy content right there, folks. Classic semi-original guy content. Alright, there's the resign. Wow, what a match. That was a crazy match, actually. And that just shows, like, okay, so I think the takeaway from that one is, like, there was a couple overextends for sure. But I think Huffy actually had a really, really good chance of winning. The problem is, like, just a lot of the dabbling attacks, you know? Just sort of going in and just doing a little bit of chip damage, but not really getting a lot of value for it. So you ended up losing like a lot of units and didn't actually take out any in response. So I think that might have been one of the issues. Definitely Luna had a huge advantage actually knowing the lander trick though too. Without that lander trick, I don't believe that she would have been able to keep the front line going for as long as she did against Von Bolt's day-to-day ability. Definitely storing up the co-power at first gave her the power to control the co-powers in the match though. So that's one thing that really, really happened and was really, really good on Luna Maladin's part there. But Huffy, you know, he played a fantastic game. I'm not saying didn't play a fantastic game. He put up a solid fight, 34 days against Sasha. So, you know, nothing to scoff at. So thank you very much for the submission. That was very enjoyable to watch. And hopefully you all learned a little bit about this map. And maybe even a little bit about how to play the COs. And a little bit of nifty information about landers on buildings. So hopefully you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy the content, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already. You know, it does help with the algorithm and people seeing these videos. So alright, and if anybody else has a replay that they want me to feature on the channel, you can go ahead and send me a message on Advancements by Web. My name is Mr. Cannon. That is MR_CANNON. Send me a message with the replay link, or if you have a zip file of it, just send me a message there anyways, and I'll give you my Discord, and we can exchange the replay there. Which will be perfectly fine. I'm also going to leave a link in the description where you can join Advancements by Web today, play against people around the world, sign up on the Discord, sign up on my Discord. All links will be below. And hopefully you all have a fantastic day. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye for now.